The best sport in the whole wide world is finally back, and we have an amazing slate of games to kick off week 1 Sunday in the NFL. It's going to be absolutely massive. And in this video, I'm going to give you my favorite player props for the whole entire slate of the NFL games on Sunday. And then we're going to go over a sportsbook play of the day. We're going to touch on every game. We're going to talk about the NFL. I could not be more excited. There's going to be so much money to be made. So make sure you're paying attention. Make sure you're locking in and get ready to make some money.
Sub to the channel. We drop picks on the daily, dropping knowledge every day. And you don't have to pay me. We just keep stacking wins while the rest moving lazy.
Now, before we get rocking and rolling, we're going to this video going to run through a couple quick, talk about a couple a little bit more in depth. Then we're going to go over the player props that I have built for you guys in this video, along with who I think is going to win, lose, under, over the official free play in this video for Sunday week 1. Now, Thursday night football hasn't even happened yet. I'm recording this Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Before we get into any of that, actually, we got a little housekeeping to do. I have to explain something to you guys before we get fully into this video. If you go to my page now, you'll notice there's only one video there. It was absolutely devastating yesterday. I got a strike from YouTube from a video back in May. It wouldn't let me post the Thursday night football video right away. I appealed, I won. But just to mitigate any of that happening in the future, I did not mean to delete the last months. I want to start keeping a month worth of videos on there for you guys, just for continuity, I guess you would say. But I will be starting to delete the older videos just in case I do something to screw up, share a link that I didn't mean to share, and YouTube pulls it 3-4 months later, it gives me a strike, and then I can't post. This channel, I've been building it for over a year now. It's grown immensely. It's part of my life now, which sounds kind of crazy. I appreciate every single one of you guys. We've built a great community, and if it was taken away from me, yes, I'd carry on, but I would be absolutely heartbroken. So just to mitigate some of that, that's why if you're new here, please, first and foremost, like and subscribe to the video. Well, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I drop these every single day. You just can't see it anymore. I've been doing this, like I said, for over a year now, been building it up, but I don't want anything crazy to happen where it gets taken away from me. So I have removed all the old content. I meant to keep at least a couple weeks worth of content up, but I hit select all, thought I unselected the more recent videos. Guess I didn't. They're all gone. So the channel looks a little crazy, looks a little brand new. So if you're new here, I've been doing this for over a year on YouTube. I've been sports betting for over 4 years now professionally, and I do this full-time gig, trying to help you make money week in and week out. My specialties, I'm very good at all sports, but I would have to rank the NFL and college football as number 1, UFC a close second, and then baseball, basketball after that. But honestly, I'm still better than 99% of the guys you'll be watching on YouTube or reading articles that they've written. We do it here completely free for you guys. We're going to break down this whole week 1 slate. I just wanted to get that out of the way because it looks a little crazy. I'm not happy with it, but it is what it is. YouTube gave me a strike, like I said, for a video back in May. When I got the strike, when I went to upload and it popped up and said I had a strike, I was like, what? I had like a mustache in the video, which I did as a joke like months and months and months ago. So I knew it was an older video right away. Couldn't believe it happened. But irregardless, we're back. We're here. NFL Week 1, the best time of the year. I absolutely love football. And just a quick recap. We already dropped a full Thursday night video for Thursday Night Football. You can go see that right here on the YouTube channel. Got some player props in there that I really, really love. And I'll just say it in this video, I picked Dallas plus 10.5. I think we paired that up with something else. But I believe on that Thursday night video, I picked Dallas 10.5. Philadelphia, I guess we'll start off right with Thursday, even though we're just going to be mainly breaking down the main slate on Sunday. We're not going to get into Sunday Night Football or Monday Night Football. Those will be separate videos. This is just the 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock games. But we'll touch on Thursday, Friday. So Thursday, Philadelphia hosting Dallas. It's banner night. Do I think Philadelphia wins? Probably. Do I think they cover? Probably not. 8.5 is a crazy total. I get that they're on paper the best team in football probably right now. They have the best player in football in Saquon Barkley. But Dallas is a division rival. I just don't see – those division games are tight, even when one of the teams is absolute garbage. And I don't think Dallas is garbage. I'm a Giants fan. I don't think this is all with my head, not my heart. My heart's telling me fuck both those teams. But we gamble with our head, and we use common sense around here. And Dallas on paper is very, very good. Their offense is very good. Yes, they lost Micah Parsons on defense, but he wasn't really a run stopper, which is, I think, why they weren't really that upset with parting ways with him besides the contract issues. He's more of a pass rusher, which he's the best pass rusher in the NFL. Jerry Jones is stupid for letting him go. That whole situation is ridiculous. But I do think that in this game, regardless of all of that noise, Dallas is going to go up to Philly, play at the Link, and they're going to at least cover. They could really, really surprise some people in this game. Dak Prescott's fully healthy. This is his best receiving core he's ever had. This is the best quarterback that George Pickens has ever had. So I do think there's going to be tons of points. The smart play might be the over in this game, but it's week 1. Right now, we have no data from this year to go off of. It's all last year, and all last year would tell you is that Dallas is garbage because Dak wasn't in, and Dak is back. He's fully healthy. Like I said, I think Dallas covers this game. We're going to give them 10.5 just to be a little safe. I believe we took Dallas 10.5 with Saquon scoring a touchdown. I love Saquon to have a big game in this game. Don't think they're going to be able to really stop the run. Think all the player props that I gave out in that video go along with that whole trend there. Then Friday, we'll touch on this one quick. Kansas City versus the Chargers down in Brazil. Reports are already out that the field is an atrocity. It was bad last year. Thought they'd fix it. They didn't. It's very, very slippery situations. I think the smart play in this game, especially with Harbaugh and the way he likes to run the ball and manage the clock, is probably the under. That's a slight lean. We will have a Friday night video where I'll give you all my favorite player props for that game along with the official free play. But the lean for that game, smart money would go to the under just because of field conditions and the way Harbaugh coaches. I think this is going to be a tight one. I think Kansas City is going to rely a lot more on Pacheco in this game. He's back. He's healthy. They also have Kareem Hunt. They have a good running game. They got a lot of young receivers. And then they got Mr. Time himself, Travis Kelce. So we'll see what happens in that game, but I think the under is probably the safest bet. Now, let's touch on really quick, and then we'll get into the player props and the official play. If you want, you can fast forward if you're just here for the plays. But I like football. I love football. I want to talk about it, and hopefully you want to listen. This is what we do on the channel. I'll give you a ton of information, more than what I'm just giving you for the free play. And then we'll go with free plays as well. We've done very, very well at MLB. We got a couple strategies that we absolutely love to use. Strategies that quite literally retired me at the age of 31, 32, one of those. And I haven't worked ever since, and I'm now 37, going on 38 this year. So it's been 5 to 6 years that I've been doing this professionally. I'm about to buy a $500,000 house, which another thing I'm touching on here. My hat rack that I had little hat things pinned up there for the background in this video. This is my old studio. I'm currently getting it ready to move, and I peeled them off, and it ripped off the wall. So I patched them up, and we go from there. But just so you know, we are going to be going to a new studio. It's going to be even more professional. Like I said, this page has grown over the year. We've gone from 70 views at the most. Now we're easily topping 1,000. Like I said, I appreciate you guys a ton. You've become a part of my life. Hopefully you find great insight and knowledge from these videos and just like kind of hanging out, I guess you would say. But back to the plays. I ramble a lot if you're new here, so get prepared for that. But we got Tampa Bay, Atlanta. Tampa Bay going up to Atlanta. There's a lot of question marks in Atlanta. Their defense is very, very mediocre at best. And I do think Tampa's going to have a very, very good year. Even with Cohen leaving and going to the Jaguars, I think the offense is going to be on all cylinders. Baker coming off a career year. I think he's going to have a very good season. A lot of the experts are saying otherwise. But I absolutely love Baker Mayfield and think he's going to have a ton of weapons. He's got Mike Evans. He's got Igbuka. He's going to have McMillan coming back. He's going to have Chris Godwin coming back once he's healthy. That offense is going to look great on top of the fact that they got Bucky Irving. I think Tampa Bay is going to win this division. I think Tampa Bay is going to win week 1. I like them here. The line -2.5 or -1.5 from Tampa Bay over there on the right side. I can fully see that happening. I think they win by at least a field goal. Yes, it's a division game. Yes, it'll probably be close. Michael Penix is a very good quarterback, in my opinion. Doesn't get enough love. It all depends on what he rolls out in his sophomore season. Then we have Cincinnati versus Cleveland. Joe Flacco starting for the Browns. Not much talent there on that offensive side of the ball. Defense, it's okay. Cincinnati's complete opposite. There's a ton of talent on that offense. Defense has some question marks. They did send Hendricks back. he's going to be a huge factor in this game. Their defense, if they can just be mid-tier defense this season, I think Cincinnati gets to the playoffs, even if it's just a wild card slot. I think with that, how talented their offense is, barring any injuries, that team is going to be a major threat. Joe Burrow, probably top 3 for MVP conversation by the end of the year. I think, in my opinion, he should have won it last year. I get why he didn't. They didn't make it to the playoffs, so that's a major factor in that decision. But career year, absolutely crazy numbers, and I think he's going to do it again. I think he's going to – nothing's changed on that offense. He still has Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. The running game's not there. They're going to have to throw the ball a ton. And Cleveland, they got Joe Flacco. Jerry Jeudy's still there. They do got Njoku, who's going to probably have a pretty good game. That'll probably be part of our play because him and Flacco had great chemistry when Flacco started last year for the Browns. But just quick pick for this game, I'm probably going to go with Cincinnati, even to cover that -5.5, maybe even money line paired up with something else. And then we got the Miami Dolphins versus the Colts. I love the Dolphins. I think a lot of people are wrong about them. Tua's back as long as he stays healthy. Again, there's question marks with his health. They got Devon Achane. They got that new guy, Ollie. He looked very good at running back. Tyreek Hill, I get the noise all offseason, but he's still Tyreek Hill. He's still fast, still a deep threat on that offense. The Colts, pretty good defense, to be honest with you, but they got Daniel Jones. And if anybody knows about Daniel Jones and the headaches that he is, it is the Giants fans. And I am a Giants fan. Daniel Jones was an absolute stain on the organization for years. We kept him around too long. He did beat out Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson has a ton of raw talent, but just can't put it together. And he's probably the biggest pussy in the NFL, bar none. Nobody else has ever taken themselves out because they were tired in a game or because they jammed their finger. I think he doesn't even deserve to wear a uniform, in my opinion. But Daniel Jones is starting. Got to go with Miami. Daniel Jones Daniel Jones and the Colts being favorited in that game, kind of crazy to me. I think the Dolphins are going to be better than a lot of people expect. They're definitely not going to win the division. I think the Patriots and the Bills are going to be better than Miami, but Miami is still going to be a pretty good team, a strong contender, especially early on in the season while they're still fresh. So we're taking the Dolphins there, probably just money line. These are all, you can pair this all together for a nice long shot. We did build one. I did post one in winible.com/ape. You can go over there. It's absolutely free. There's also a huge bonus play, correlated play. Correlation, if you don't know what that means, you should basically take one guy and you pair him up with the other guy, and it means that if one goes over, the other is going to go over. And it's mostly quarterbacks and wide receivers, pairing them up, knowing who's going to go over, knowing who's going to go under, and you take one with the other, and that pretty much is like making a two-man a one-man, because if the quarterback's going to go over 9 times out of 10, his wide receiver 1 is going to go over. There's tips and tricks to that. All of that on winible.com/ape. You can get free plays. There's a premium package. We'll get into that later. But as far as Miami, Colts, got to go with Miami. And then you got the New England Patriots at home hosting the Las Vegas Raiders, new look team there. Geno Smith, Pete Carroll. But New England, they got Vrabel. Drake May, I think, is going to take that next step this year. We're going to take New England in that game. Arizona, New Orleans, got to go with Arizona. I don't know about -6.5. It could be a little bit closer. It all depends on the Kyler Murray that you're going to get on day one, week 1. But the Saints, probably the worst team in the NFL. They're starting Spencer Rattler at quarterback, who looked absolutely horrible last year. They got Tyler Show on the bench, who did not look ready to be in the NFL all preseason. So we got to go with Arizona. I also think Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to have a step-up season. He was not as bad as a lot of people think he was last season, and I do think he takes another step in the right direction this season. So we're going to go with the Cardinals money line, probably pair it up with something else. 6.5 is a little dicey. Now, this next game is a tough game. I'm going to go with Pittsburgh money line, but the Jets could surprise a lot of people. They're at home. Justin Fields, as long as he has some success like he did in Chicago, I think the Jets will be in conversations later in the season, and it will shock a lot of people. I think they're going to be a lot better than last year. They still got a ton of talent on defense. Breece Hall is still a very talented running back. Garrett Wilson played in college with Justin Fields. I think they're going to have a great dynamic together. Could bode very, very well. We just need Justin Fields to check it down and go through his reads a little bit more instead of just taking the ball and running with it. I know that's his strength, but that's not what NFL quarterbacks do. I'm not saying running quarterbacks aren't important. Running quarterbacks are probably the biggest cheat code in the NFL, but you got to do it right. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels even. Jaden Daniels is still getting there. He's still tweaking it. Very good quarterback, though. They go through their reads before they just take off running. Taking off running is a college trait, and Justin Fields never really got out of that. I get that his legs are his strong suit. He should definitely still run, but he just needs to work on that a little bit more. But that's a very tight game. Probably going to take the Steelers there. I don't know if I want to lay that 2.5. They'll probably win by a field goal, though. 2.5 isn't a lot. But the Jets, that one's tricky. The Jets might surprise you. You might even want to take the Jets plus maybe 7.5, add a little juice to it, because they could very well win that game. That one is a complete toss-up in my mind, and I think the Jets are going to have a better season than a lot of people think. Now, I'm going to try my hardest not to bet with my heart in this one. We got the Giants versus the Commanders. I fully think the Giants are going to cover this, minus 6.5. It's another division game. They played very well against the Commanders last season. They got Russell Wilson this year. Jaden Daniels is very, very, very good, but the New York pass rush is the best in the NFL. Take it or don't. I'm taking Giants with some points all day in that game. The Commanders probably win, but that's another one. Those two games right there are probably the tightest on the whole schedule. I think the Giants could surprise a lot of people this year. I get that I'm a Giants fan, so if you want to just stay away from that, I'm trying to bet with my head in that one. Sometimes my heart's a little bit too big with the Giants. Most of the time I stay away from them, except for like player props. But I do think Russell Wilson's going to have a good couple games. I think Jackson Dart does come in eventually. I think that the coaching staff and the management want him on the field sooner rather than later. But in this game, I'm probably going to take Giants plus maybe 10.5, add some juice to it, or stay away from it altogether. And then we have Jacksonville versus Carolina. I do think Carolina is going to be better than a lot of people think. But Jacksonville, I think, is going to take that next step. They could very well win the AFC South this year. Liam Cohen is an offensive genius. They got Travis Hunter. They have a very good quarterback in Trevor Lawrence, who just hasn't hit his potential yet. I think his new coach could get that out of him. They also got Brian Thomas Jr., who is one of the best young receivers in the game. Give me Jacksonville all day, minus 3.5 on that one. And then a lot of the experts have been talking. I've been listening on ESPN. They're taking Denver to go very, very far, maybe even win their division, and I couldn't agree more. I think Bo Nix is going to take the next step. I think their defense is top tier, maybe the best in the NFL. I think their coach is very, very good in Sean Payton. I think they could be a big contender. They got a little bit of question marks on who's running the ball in that backfield. Is it Harvey? Is it Dobbins? We don't know. Could it be a two-headed monster? Most likely. Then they got Cortland Sutton, who is an underrated wide receiver. Either way, that's for the entirety of the season. In this game, I do like Denver. 8.5 is risky, but I do think they could very well win with a touchdown and a field goal against this Tennessee team with really nobody that sticks out. Cam Ward's a rookie. We don't know what he's going to do this year. So I'm going to take Denver in that game, minus 8.5. And then the next one, we got San Francisco, Seattle. San Francisco could very well win their division. They could very well win the NFC. If the Philadelphia Eagles have any kind of missteps, San Fran, fully healthy, could take it and run with it. I really think that. I really believe that. Seattle's going to be a decent team, but Sam Darnold had one good year, and he folded towards the end of the season. Do we really trust him? I don't. I'm taking San Fran minus 2.5 in that game. And then we have Detroit at Green Bay. I think Green Bay could make it to the Super Bowl this year. Those three teams are probably the top three teams in the NFC. You got Green Bay, San Francisco, and the Eagles. Green Bay with Micah Parsons on defense. They already had a great defense. They were a young team last year who made it very far. Jordan Love played through some injuries. He seems to be fully healthy. Golden looks amazing in camp. They have a ton of fresh young receivers. There's a couple injuries in that receiving core, but they still have very good wide receivers that will be playing in this game. I'm taking Green Bay here, minus 1.5. I know a lot of people aren't going to want to hear it. I think Detroit might have missed their window. I still think they're a very good team and a strong contender, but give me Green Bay here at home, week 1, minus 1.5. And then we have the Rams hosting Houston. Matt Stafford playing with a back injury. We don't know what we're going to get. They got Devontae Adams now. They got a pretty good defense. They got Sean McVay. Give me the Rams, just straight up money line. I'm not taking any points on that one. And then Buffalo, Baltimore, another coin toss of a game. I'm going with the home team. I'm going with Josh Allen. Give me Buffalo to win week 1 up there in Buffalo. The weather isn't a factor yet, but that will be a major, major consideration going forward. Their last year at Highmark Stadium as well. They could very well go to the Super Bowl. Maybe my favorite pick to go to the Super Bowl is the Buffalo Bills. Think they are going to have an amazing year. I know we weren't going to do Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football, but we're rolling. And then we got Minnesota, Chicago. Chicago, a lot of question marks. Ben Johnson's there. Can Caleb Williams take that next step? Is he going to sync up? If he does not have a decent year this year with Ben Johnson, an offensive genius, they'll probably give him another year, but they might want to consider going and consider him to be a bust at that point. I don't see him doing much in that game. We're taking the Minnesota Vikings. I know they got J.J. McCarthy they're rolling out at quarterback, but if anybody can get the most out of him, it is that Vikings coaching staff. They have turned garbage into diamonds, coal into diamonds, whatever you want to say. They find quarterbacks and they turn their whole careers around. Look at Kirk Cousins. Look at Sam Darnold. I don't think it matters on that team very much as long as you're okay. That might be the best team Daniel Jones could have ever went to learn and to get better. And I think JJ is going to have a pretty good season regardless. He's got the best wide receiver in the game. Give me Minnesota on the road here Monday Night Football. So that's the full breakdown. We'll go over in just a moment the official free player prop pick on the day, and then I'll show you my official free play for the sports books in week 1 of the NFL. Now we're going to be this one in on Better. I know a lot of you love Prizepicks, and Prizepicks is a great app. But if you don't have Better, if you don't have Dabble, they're all in my Stan.store. They're all running great promos right now. Getting ready, wanting you to join their sportsbook for the NFL season. They want to take all your money, but we're going to take all of theirs. Just keep following along and go in there and get your free money. Sign up with code FFAPE. You get a free $10. You get a $200 bonus cash deposit match on your first deposit, legal in all of those purple states. Now, Dabble is also doing a $25 for free on sign-up code FFAPE. No deposit required for each. But if you deposit $10 on both of those, so $10 on Better, $10 on Dabble, I'll give you a free week per sign-up. Dabble is legal in all of these pink states to include Tennessee. This map is not updated. But go get your free money. Dabble is the best app for correlation. I like correlating on Better too. They do kind of penalize you for it, but they allow it, and they have adjustable lines, which is absolutely massive. The last one is Sleeper. Now, Sleeper, code FFAPE. It's not play 5, get 55 anymore. It's just a straight-up $100 deposit match. All of those links can be found on my Stan.store. You get a free week of premium per sign-up. So that's 3 weeks that you could potentially get for signing up with my code FFAPE on those apps. Again, the link right down in the Stan.store. Free money. That's what, $100 there, $10 there, plus a deposit match, and $25 there. So potentially $135 for absolutely free just for signing up. That one's a deposit match, so that one's going to cost you $100 to get $100. If I had $300, I'd put $100 on each app, if I'm being honest with you, or even do $100, $200 on this one and just $10 on this one. Put deposit $10 minimum on all 3 of those apps. So it'll cost you $30. You'll get 3 weeks full of premium, and you can lock in these free plays on there. Get those payouts. Sleeper has adjustable lines. Better has adjustable lines. Better pays out, and Sleeper both pay out either equal to or more than Prizepicks. Sleeper has a ton of discounted lines. Better has a ton of discounted lines. Dabble is the highest payouts for correlation. So if you take the straight-up lines on Prizepicks, say, I don't know, Dak, 240.5 yards, whatever it is, CeeDee Lamb, 300 yards. This is all made-up lines. And then Saquon, 100 rushing yards. On Prizepicks, with the correlated pick of Dak and CeeDee Lamb, it's going to adjust it. You'll probably get like a 3x payout. But on Dabble, it'll be 5 to 7x. 5-mans or 20x on Dabble. So it's absolutely massive. Take advantage. Sign up with code FFAPE and get free weeks of premium. And we're locking this one in on Better. So the official free play is over on Better. It's a nice 7x play. So what do we have here? We have Malik Neighbors and Russell Wilson, correlated pairing coming together. We got 217.5 passing yards by Russell Wilson. Think that's pretty low. He is a moon ball quarterback. Think they're going to be throwing the ball a ton. And who they're going to throw it to? one of the best in the game, Malik Neighbors, 74.5. He cruised over this line a bunch of times last year against the Commanders. Think he does it all over again week 1. We're taking those as a pairing. Why? Because if Russell Wilson goes over 9 times out of 10, so is Malik Neighbors. And then we're taking Flacco and Njoku. Now, you don't even have to adjust it, but better lets you. We're adjusting this down. His normal line's at like 224.5. We're adjusting this down to 199.5. Think he easily, this one should be absolutely free, gets 200 passing yards in that game. And his top target last season, the chemistry is still going to be there. We're taking David Njoku for 3.5 reception. His normal line's at 4.5, but it doesn't pay out that much more. So we're taking it down, knocking it down 1. I'd still like him at that 4.5, but we're taking it 3.5 here. And I think he cruises over that line. That chemistry was there. And Flacco's going to be feeding him all game. And then we're going to add Jamar Chase in there for a touchdown. I think he's going to have a massive game. I like his yards. It is a little bit steep, but he could really do like 2-3 receptions, go over his yard mark. I do think he cruises into the end zone. So we're adding all those together for a nice 7X payout. Absolutely huge for week 1. These are all 1 o'clock games. So lock that one in before these lines change, because from Thursday night, when I went in here, the play was still loaded. Some of those lines have already gone up and gone up. Payouts have gone down. So make sure you're going in there as soon as you see this video to lock in. Again, code FFAPE. They will give you $10 for absolutely free and a $200 deposit match, which is absolutely massive. And on top of that, I'm throwing in a free week of premium. Now, let's go into the sportsbook play of the day. Don't tune out. If you don't have a sportsbook, yes, you can. You can have one in any state that you live in. And here's how. And we're showing this on FanDuel, but you can get Bovada or MyBookie. Deposit $25 on either one of those apps. With code FFA, Bovada, it's just a link. Again, all down on my Stan.store. Get 1 free week per sign up. That's 5 total weeks that you could get of premium for absolutely free to lock in on this play. Get all of my plays at winible.com/ape. Join the free plan at the minimum. Get in there. Start winning week in and week out. We've had 3 days in a row where we have swept the player prop plays in the MLB, all the free plays in the videos. I deleted them, so there's no proof. You'll just have to take my word for it or go over to Winible, see the screenshot. You'll see that we won. And this is what we're cooking up for the NFL Week 1 slate on Sunday. We're taking the Bengals -2.5 against the Browns. I think they win outright. I think they could absolutely blow the doors off of this one, but their defense has a lot of question marks. The Browns could score some runs here, but I just don't see a world where the Bengals do not win by a field goal. So we're taking them -2.5, and we're pairing that up with the Broncos. I think the Broncos could run away with this game very, very easily. It could get very, very ugly. It's week 1, so we're going to play it a little bit safe here on that one as well. And we're just going to take the Broncos to win by a touchdown. I think it could easily be up to the 10 or maybe even 13 number. 2 field goals and a touchdown. I could easily see them winning by that margin, especially up in Mile High Stadium at home, the Broncos there. But we're going to play it safe, like I said, -6.5. Pair those two together for a nice +145 payout. Going to cash us out. And we'll put $100 on this one and turn it into $145. Those are the free plays for week 1. I'll be dropping another video tonight. You'll probably see it tomorrow during the day on Friday night for Friday Night Football down in Brazil. It's going to be a sloppy, ugly game, but we'll go over it. And then you'll see another free play video maybe for week 1. Maybe I'll redrop this or something like that with a different variation. You'll definitely get another Sunday night video, Monday night video, and we'll be eating all weekend long. We got college football. I'll probably do a video for that as well. So tons and tons to go over on the channel, tons of money to be made. So make sure you're subscribed. We'll be doing this every single day, every single week. We're going to have a killer season. We'll even throw some UFC in on the Saturdays for the big events. But we'll be diving fully into football. If you want any MLB plays, all of my correlated pairings are free over at winible.com/. And just like we did when we had the MLB home run parlays, in which we hit quite a few, we are going to be going over who is my favorite player to score a touchdown in week 1. We're going to do a 5-man. So normally in this video, you'll get 1. Normally it'll be a 3-man, but since it's week 1, we're going to have a little bit of fun, and I'm going to drop them all over here on the channel. Next video, I'll show you my favorite player to score a touchdown. You'll have to get the other 2 over at winible.com/ape to get that official 3-man on the slate. But first and foremost, we are going to be starting off the touchdown parlay with none other. We took him already in one. Jamar Chase. Think he gets into the end zone pretty easily over there on Sunday. Then we're going to add Jonathan Taylor, the main weapon on the Indianapolis Colts. I think Daniel Jones and the Colts are going to have to lean onto that run game. I think Jonathan Taylor could have a big game and a big season if he stays healthy as well. And then next, who are we going to take? Where is the game that I want to go to? It is right here. We're taking Brock Bowers, the one and only, to get into the end zone. I think he's going to be a major weapon for Geno Smith. I think he's going to find the end zone against that Patriots secondary, who is very good, and they could keep this a low-scoring game. If you wanted to add Gianti instead of Brock Bowers, I fully understand that. I just am not completely sold on Ashton Gianti yet. And I think Brock Bowers is going to have an amazing season and an amazing game. And then after that, we are going to be going over to the Lions-Packers matchup, and I think that their deep threat is going to be involved. I think they're going to have to beat the Packers over the top in this matchup. So we're going to go with Jameson Williams here. I don't know if I want to take a 5-man. We'll go with one more. I think that this guy had a great season last year, got into the end zone a ton, and could easily find the end zone again in week 1. That is the official 5-man for NFL week 1. We're going to put $10 on it. We're not going to go too crazy there. And we're going to cash out at $563 on a $10 bet. Absolutely massive. Lock that in. That's the official touchdown parlay for week 1. Let's make some money.